All right, Chris, I decided to join you on the cell phone style videos, but please do me a favor. Turn your phone, okay? So this just looks much better when we're on YouTube. I'm going to join you in a bottle of wine. It's 14 hands Moscato. This stuff's actually really good. I don't know if you can even get it up where you're at. Your whole thing about the possibility of making a a protest vote. The only thing I can really say to a protest vote is the Brexit. Look what happened in England when they decided to do a protest vote. And that's what a lot of the people who voted to leave the European Union were calling their vote. They were calling it a protest. And they won. They are leaving. It was 52 to 48. That is a ridiculously close race. And I can't get any good lighting in this kitchen. I'm actually in the middle of cooking dinner, which is why everything looks so weird. Anyway, but I don't I don't trust protest votes. Right now, I don't trust your average US citizen to make a good decision because so many people have not been making good decisions when it comes to this political climate. So do me a favor, don't just don't do a protest vote. Right now, the issue is, in my opinion, not allowing Donald Trump to become president because he fits the definition of a fascist. Yes, maybe Hillary is your stereotypical politician. She has taken money from corporate businesses. She's done stupid shit. She's lied. What the fuck ever. She's not Donald Trump. And to a degree, I am a never Trumper. I do not want to see a narcissistic fascist running my country. So vote for Hillary. And that's the strongest argument I can give you is that it's a guarantee. You may not think your vote counts. And to a certain extent, individual votes in the US system don't count. And I have huge problems with the Electoral College and the superdelegates and all that other crap. And it's all because of the first past the post electoral system that we use. And I think I've mentioned this in videos before. If you haven't checked it out, go look up CGP Grey Explains. And he actually explains different voting techniques. And I've used them in my classes. Simple things, voting for movies. Who wants to watch this movie? No. Okay, who wants to watch this movie? No. All right, who doesn't really care? Okay, we've had more votes for this and a whole bunch of votes for who I don't care, so we're watching this one. And most of the people are just like, all right, because they had multiple choices. Instead of either winning or losing, they could say, I don't give a shit. And I think that's pretty helpful for people. I disagree with your argument that the high cap ban wouldn't do anything. You're right. They would mass produce a shit ton of the high cap mags. But I don't know about you. My shit breaks after a while. And if you dramatically increase the rate at which you are producing magazines, the quality of that production is going to go down. It doesn't matter what you're making. If you increase the rate at which you're making it dramatically to meet a deadline, quality drops. It happens. So I think a high cap ban would actually reduce the quality of those magazines, increasing the likelihood that they break. And maybe not right away, but over the course of a couple of decades, we'd actually see a decline in the number of high cap magazines that were out on the market. And if you're thinking, well, decades is too long, we've already gone decades with the stupid ass assault weapons ban that didn't do anything. So I don't see why it's any different. If we're already just spinning our wheels, we might as well start moving forward, even if it is at a crawl, because at least that way we are moving in the right direction. There's so many things wrong with what's going on in the world, and that's always the way it is. The real problem is that they've actually hit my limit for the bullshit, and I normally have a much higher limit for the bullshit, and I can't take it anymore. I've actually stopped listening to NPR as much as I used to because the stories annoy me. I don't like them. I don't like hearing about people being idiots, basically, which is really weird because I'm a teacher, so I deal with lots of people being idiots all the time. They're called teenagers. But interesting story on the subject of being stupid. While out on the road today with a student during driver's ed, I had the opportunity to call 911 and report an aggressive driving incident. There's this bicyclist just cruising down a road out here really fast. I was very impressed because he was keeping up with traffic, and my student made a left turn onto the same road, and we were going in the same direction, and we got caught up with this lady who was just like stopped in the middle of the road, couldn't tell what she was doing, and the bicyclist came off the sidewalk and back onto the road. I'm like, oh, she's probably being careful because of this biker. And the bicyclist was staying where he was supposed to stay in the bicycle lane of the road we were on. And he started riding down the road, and the fucking lady tried to run him off the road. Like, she tried to hit this guy with her goddamn Toyota, I think it was a 4Runner. I'm not sure. It was a Toyota SUV. I was astounded. I'm just like, oh, keep driving, kid. And I looked at her license plate, and I got her license plate as best I could. And then I called 911 right there with the student in the car and was giving him, hand signals on how to get back to the school. And I reported it to 911. It was just like, what the fuck? So, dumb people everywhere, dumb people as far as the eye can see. Turn your phone sideways.